N 50,
50. A,
A 70, 70.
E. Okay. R,
R is 40,
40. Okay.
and D
D.
is 70.
Okay. Why do you say it's funny? What are the things that's funny? Share with me.
Well, I find that the O N and R are pretty low, but that's how it is, you know.
Correct, 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 correct. All right. Wow, these bosses this your boss
Yeah,
very task oriented no feeling one
very,
no
very.
feeling one
I would
so
say yes.
uh, so okay, I just describe lah
Okay.
Okay, this particular person, he followed the book. He followed the book. Whatever the book say, he just follow it strictly without looking at it. He would not try to be what they call this flexible. So he is actually a very strict person. And then he doesn't like to come up with if you want to originate new ideas he would have to use the old one, maybe modify a little bit so
Yes.
he does not. It is very difficult for him to come up with totally new thing, new concept. It won't be possible. So and he also analyze until he paralyzed and then but once he analyzed when he make a decision then he will go. But I look at it now, AD task if he is very experienced in the subject matter, that means the job scope because as you know government sector they transfer here and there but
Yes.
if he have been in that position for very long, then it should be okay, very task oriented. But if he is very new then the problem would be he would be having a lot of stress. At one hand he want to analyze, at the other hand he want to quickly make decisions, so that may conflict him if the subject matter he is not very good at it, or not reach 80% especially if he very new with the job. But if he has been in the job for many many years, no problem, he analyze, they make decision, he analyze, they make decision so
Yeah.
but this type of boss, very important here, he is don't talk feeling to them, don't talk feeling to him, he is not interested in feeling, he just
Okay.
want to get things done.
All right.
Is that sounds of it?
Yes, yes, very true. I
Okay.
mean,
Mr. David, David, can
Yes, yes, Encik Rod, yes.
by looking at this, can I say that he is more administrator rather than manager?
Not necessary, not
Not
necessary.
necessarily.
AD people, it can be administrator, it can be office boy, it can be manager, it can be anything. Because AD people does not represent position, it is a character. So this type of character, even a children can have this character. Like for
yes,
example, earlier when we were talking about children, when they were actually between below 10 years old, when every time when he make a wrong thing, you punish. Sometimes he make a right thing, you never praise. So he's very confused whether it's good or bad, whether am I doing the right way or not the right way. Sometimes I do the right way, my mommy also punish me. Sometimes I do the wrong way, they didn't scold me. So they get confused. And when they have this type of mentality, when they grow up, they will be very, very analytical. Then after that, after analytical, it will affect their deed. I better do something. If I don't do something, people will punish me. People will not look at me. That is where it bond them. So when AD, when they come to job, let's say they start with a clerical. Frank speaking, with AD character, it is very difficult for them to climb the corporate ladder because they are so task oriented. Because when they join an organization, they may not be good, they need somebody to help them. But AD people will never ask for help, they will keep it to
yeah,
themselves. They
yes,
will keep it to themselves. So if he is lucky, he met a leader where the leader is very sayang him and cherish him, guide him, then he become better. So this is where he can transform himself from young to when he grow up lah. Another scenario here is he's a normal family, he's happy, happy here, happy there, no problem. But when he go to his job, first job, wow. The first day he kena, like for myself, when I start my banking job, my first day I still remember my boss, Mr. Chua Chai Hoa, he asked me to go into his room. I went to his room. You know what is the first word he said to me? I was so excited in going to work in the bank's job. I went there. You know what he said? He said, David, I don't care about who you are. I don't care about your connection. I don't care about your qualification. All I want here is you deliver results. So this is how I'm going to do. 9 to 9:15, I want you to come into my room. I want to see your face to make sure that you come to work. 9:15, I don't want to see your face in the bank. I want you to get out. Last time, I don't care where you eat, but evening 4:15, you must be inside my room. I want to see what is your performance. What can you achieve for that particular day? I start with this conversation. Frank speaking, I was stunned. I was stunned. So then I was brought up, like for example, when Kanda was sharing with me that previously he has a very high D boss. Then after that, he was being influenced by his boss to become a high D. This is exactly me. Because of that, I grew up in my corporate life as AD. Wow. Last time when I was in the bank, during the late 80s and early 90s, people say that I'm just a guy, I cannot bend. So because of my boss, I look up at him and I bring achievement he celebrate with me. That is why I was attracted to his character. And from that day, I grow up to be an AD. I grow up. So it is not my natural that when I was a childhood, I was AD, no. Because I look up at him, I see him, I want to be like him. So I grew up to become AD. So when I was in the banking time, I am very, very AD. Very, very AD. So, but when I left the bank, when I joined, started as my consultancy, I cannot, man. The first 2 years when I was become an AD, hell, man. Because I'm running my own business already. Running my own business, I need to have R. I need to have R. If I don't have R, it will be tough. So it took me quite a while to change it to be R. So yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually very happy. I'm actually very happy that you all rated my R is very, very high. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, my R is the lowest. My R is super, super, super low because of my natural. So when I do training, I throw away my A, I throw away my D, I enhance my N and R. So every time when I conduct training, this type of session, every week I'm conduct this type of session, people will tell me I'm R. Frankly, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. So far, only my wife doesn't know that only my wife knows that I don't have R. So that's why then to me, I'm very successful because training wise, I can push myself to R. So everybody see that I'm R. So very important, it's not what I see myself, it's other people see me. So when other people see me R, that means I am because conducting training I need R, so suit me fine. So what I'm trying to say here is, ladies and gentlemen, high EQ here is you must be able to change. So like for example, some of you are changing. Like for example, Rod is changing fine. Without knowing NARD, he's just changing automatically. Sophia also can change. Kanda can also change. So this is what we want. Once you are able to you change, I can say that you are flexible. Once you are flexible, then anything that come to you can one. Semua pun boleh. Everything also can. So because of that, you are able to live a happier life. Whoever very difficult people come to you, you are able to manage. So like for example, for Sophia, just start with the boss. How do they embrace one another? Obviously, you, Sophia, you don't expect your boss to embrace you. This type of character, he cannot embrace you, right? So you would have to embrace him. How do you embrace him? He is a Kayu that is AD. AD is a Kayu. He cannot bend one. So what you do here is you have to use your N. If you don't use your N, it will be very tough working with this person. So you use your N, and how you use your N to go into his room. You need N to go into his room, or else it is very difficult to go into his room. You know what I mean, So once you go in already, because you have it all, no problem. How do you embrace? For this particular boss, all he want here is he want accuracy. His A, he want accuracy. Whatever he asks you to do, he want it accurately. So the first time you show him you are accurate, second time you show accurate, third time you show accurate. The fourth time, he will not use his A for you already. He trusts you already. He passed everything to you. And the thing here is he make decision very fast. Once he trusts you, he will give everything to you. That is what. So to me, to win a boss, AD very easy one. Because this is what I learned from my boss. To learn from him very easy. You don't have to take care of his feeling. You don't have to worry about whether he's not happy with you. You don't have to worry about that. You only have to do is make sure your work is correct. Make sure your work is fast. He asks you, I want it by 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you pass it to him. I want it by tomorrow, today you give it to him. Oh, he would love you to die, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so it's easy to manage.
Is that why as well, when I have a new idea to propose, he needs evidence, like something in like past success stories to come along with that, then he will be convinced.
Do you know why? Actually, he's convinced that it's not because of your story. He is a person with very low awe. He is looking for evidence and story because he cannot accept totally new thing. When you come up with creative thing, the story that you want to share is that last time you do one, you modify a little bit from the old one. He like it. He is feel more secure. If you come up with totally new thing, even though it's good, he doesn't. He's scared because his awe is there. He is not there. He cannot see what you see. Not unless you bring the old thing. Last time you do one, you show it to him. Now I modified it. I think we can do that. Step 1 to step 5. I think step 4 we can modify. He's able to see step by step. Step 1, you remain the same. Step 2, you remain the same. Oh, step 3, we change a little bit. Okay. Step 4, we remain the same. He is like that.
All right. Okay. That helps a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go in now. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I see that a lot of people have come in already. Yes, in fact, almost all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, very important here is this ONARD is not about knowing yourself. You must actually know once you know the other person, you will be able to change the way how you work with them. So that's why to me, last time when I was in the bank, climbing the corporate ladder is very tough, very tough. I have to prove. Doing sales was very, very tough. I get rejected here and there. I come back, I have to actually re-energize myself. Sometimes I come back, I cannot hit my target. I lock myself in the room or then see what is wrong. But after knowing this character, frankly speaking, it makes our life easier. So if you know this character, if you do sales, okay, it definitely help you a lot. The way how you look at the person, whether are they people oriented. If they are people oriented, don't talk about task, but take care of their feeling first. When you meet customer, as you know, we cannot please customer one. We cannot please every customer. Then on top of that, we still have to kowtow, even though sometimes we are not in the wrong, we still have to say yes, no choice. But once you know this character, you will know the reason why. Why people they know that they are wrong, but they don't want to admit why. Whether are they task oriented or are they emotional. So this is very important, how we see the other people. Then we change ourselves to suit them, because if we don't change ourselves to suit them, it is just like you bump into a wall. This is a wall, you keep on bumping, you don't want to change. Very simple, you bump into the wall, you can go to the other side and go out already. All you have to do is change, move here and go in. And remember this yesterday, one of the message negativity, nobody can make you unhappy. Nobody can make you stressed. If let's say a third party, a person, he hurt you because of his words, only his words, then something is wrong with you. Right? Because how can a words hurt a person? Likewise, I was sharing with Rachel was doing a role play with me yesterday. A words is just a words. Now, how can a word affect you? When a words affect you, number one, it is your confidence already. Your confidence are not strong. So that is why the words go into your heart and slash you. And this have to be very careful, because word is more hurt than punch. If I punch you today, you can feel the pain only maybe for half a day. But sometimes if I use word to go into your heart and slash, this wound can last forever. You can remember it forever. So that's why earlier when I say yesterday, If you don't want to be EQ, don't have a habit of low EQ. Don't say words that you will regret. Don't say words that you will tarnish people forever, because words is very hurting. But if you have a high EQ, if you are very confident in yourself, I don't care how you hurt me. You say that I'm a silly fool, you curse me to death. I don't mind, because I know that I am not like that. I'm very confident. You can say whatever you want to say, because your mouth is not mine. I cannot control your mouth. You want to say, you say. I cannot control your thinking. Ah, this is very important. This is where, like for example, in Jack Rod, your coach is very important. They must penetrate this until all the athletes are able to refrain this negative. They go to competition when people is shouting at them, boo, boo, boo. They are so confident. You boo lah. I will prove that you are wrong, because I'm confident I can do it. The audience will not be able to affect my confidence. This level is the most important thing. So this is more important thing than their technique. If their technique is so good, they are the world champion. But once they go in, they don't have that confidence, they will lose. So negativity is very, very important. It's just like we are going to fight for a cancer. We have no confidence. Every day we think of dying. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Okay. But in this virtual, I cannot experience with you. But if face to face, I can show with you that you can use your mental. You use your mental to move a pen. You use a mental to move your coin. All right. That is how powerful your brain is. If your brain can move a pen, can move a pencil, can you imagine if you are negative? You are going to make things come true, you know. So that's why yesterday I said negative attract negative. If we are negative, we are going to attract a lot of negative. Sickness is going to come to you, lah. A lot of negative is going to happen to you, lah. Around people is going to happen to you, lah. If you don't believe me, you go and read the book Secret. This is what I'm talking about. Secret. If you are positive, you will attract all the positive. I still have one time when a friend of mine during the COVID, a very close friend of mine, every time he called me, David, and he always give me so negative words. So now I cannot do business. First time, okay. Second call, I feel very irritating. I told him, hey friend, next time if you want to call me, don't share with me negative thing. I don't want to be influenced by you. I'm wasting my time hearing all your negative. You want to call me positive one. Then I put down my phone. The third time he called me again. Before he starts speaking, hold on. Negative or positive? He said positive. Okay, positive. Speak. Then he speak. So every time, then after that he called me very regular. I said, why you call me so regular? One day call me 6 to 7 times. He said, talking to you is very positive lah. I said, it's not me lah, it's you, is it? It's you. You have to think positive. Once you think positive, everything can. So this is very, very important for us, not only for us to influence our people. Can you imagine you stay in a house where you are very negative, then it affects your wife, your husband, your children. Everybody is negative. I see your face. It's just like we are all coming back from a funeral parlor. How bad it is it? Sure. Can you imagine if we were a family? I go to your, I come back, I'll keep on smiling. How are you, everyone? How are you? Even if you don't want to smile to me, if my wife don't want to smile to me, don't want to talk to me, maybe her mood is very bad. Don't worry. You don't have to talk to me. Doesn't mean that I cannot talk to you. I will continue talking to you. If you still don't want to talk, I will continue hugging her until she start talking, until she start smiling. That will make the day, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our purpose. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share with you how to actually coach a person to become high EQ. Yesterday, before we go back, I share with you the theoretical, very theoretical. You can read from the book, but now I want you to put into a practical. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can you please refer to page 46, 46, 47, 48, 49. That is the template I'm going to take you through, right? This template, you cannot find it in any book because I designed it when during COVID. Okay, last year during COVID, the first 2 weeks I was freaking out. I was really, really freaking out. I start shouting at my staff and all these things. Then after 2 weeks, I thought, all right, there is no point in shouting. I better do it. So after that, I switched into training into virtual. So until today, I don't think I can recall after that I shout at my staff anymore. So I think I have improved, but I'm still trying to improve further. All right, so I'm going to share this with you. Let me share my file. All right, do you see this? Okay, this is, I'm going to take you through. I'd like you to write down, write down. Okay, this is how it goes. As I put case scenario one, case scenario two, I will leave it empty. I will do case scenario one. I will be using my own experience. That is, you see the red wording, MCO lockdown, MCO lockdown. All right. The first column is awareness. That is the first level of EQ. Then after that, the action is the second level. As you can see here, self management. I purposely put self-management, and in fact, it should be self-regulation, as I shared with you yesterday. But I put self-management here is because if you read some of the books, some books write self-regulation, some books write self-management. It's the same. So I purposely put self-management to remind myself to tell you this, because or else sometimes you go to look for books when you self-management. How come I cannot find this? All right. So it is the same, self-regulation stuff. Then after that, it will be this, the third component. That, if I'm not mistaken, this one should be in your page 7. All right. It's the same 1, 2, 3, where you can control yourself. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take you through number 1. Okay, this is how it goes. This one, you learn the technique, and some of the stuff yesterday I shared with you, those low EQ one, I would like you to use this template and guide them. Remember, when you do this, don't give them the answer. Don't give them the answer. I give you the answer is because for the illustration. But when you do this, the answer must come from that particular person. Because we cannot afford them to be negative. We cannot afford them to be no high EQ. All right, I will do case scenario. During that lockdown, MCO lockdown, that was in last year, February, we were talking about lockdown, but we do not actually lock down. So I actually was not prepared. I do not take it seriously. But when March come, really lockdown, I got panicked because once lockdown, we cannot go to the office. We cannot communicate with my staff. Then we actually don't have any platform. My income is totally zero. That was shocking, because I need to pay salary, I need to pay rental, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. So I was worried. Okay, now, when any problem comes to you, no need to be MCO. When you face any challenges or your staff face any challenges, you don't only look at the negative, you must also look at the positive. The first thing, you must look at the positive. I tell myself, I force myself to sit down. Yes, lockdown now. What is the positive I can see in this situation? I force myself to think positive. That is the first column. Then I tell myself, see, if I throw away negativity, lockdown, I can have more time with my family. Yes, I have more time with my family. Yes, I was reminding, because last time before lockdown, I was always on traveling. Okay, 1 week in KK, 1 week in KL, 1 week in Kuching, 1 week in Miri. And sometimes I need to go to Cebu, I need to go to elsewhere to conduct training, because last time my training is very physical, face to face. And then last time I calculate, last time I was staying in Miri, I only have 3 days only, including Saturday and Sunday with my wife and with my children. 1 month, only 3 days, which I have no choice. I need to cari makan. But this lockdown, I tell myself, wow, now I have to stay at home. I can spend more than 3 days with my family. All right, this is one thing good. The second thing here is, wow, I can do online. You know what? Last time, before COVID, we do a lot of program for the state government. The state government, like what Sophia said, CMM, at that time was CMM, they were asking, David, can you do online session? That was before COVID. I always tell them, cannot, online is not effective, no good, friends. Actually, it is not no good. It's because I don't know how to do it. Actually, that excuses is me. I'm giving excuses to my client. So I never actually got to do virtual, but at that time I have no choice. I tell myself I am able to conduct online. So during that time, I still don't know how to conduct online. So I force myself to think positive. Okay, for at least I have positive. Well, what about negative? Well, negative a lot, negative. Okay, but I choose the biggest problem. My biggest problem here is number one, obviously income affected. I have zero income. How to pay salary? Then the second one here is social activity. Because in my life, I like to have social activity. I do a lot of presentation for my client. I do a lot of coffee talk. I do a lot with counseling, coaching in the coffee shop or in Starbucks. I do a lot. And then I love the one thing. I love to have dinner with my family outside. I am a person who doesn't like to eat at home. All right, I seldom eat at home now because that was since my childhood there already. I'm always eating outside. So I'm not so used to eating inside the house. So because of these are the two main effects. To me, this is going to affect me. These are the two things. These are negative. But actually I have a lot, but these are the two main ones. So I look at it. That is first level. I must be aware, positive and negative. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you do this, you don't only look at negative. You must also ask the other party, what is the positive? If this one, what is the positive? Come up with at least 2 point. If it give you a lot of negative, no problem. You pick the most difficult two. Choose which one is the toughest. Give me the toughest. That's like, okay, now you go into level 2. Level 2 here is you need to control. You need to control to break negativity. Okay, now positive awareness, don't have to worry. You look at what they call this your negativity. Now, how are you going to break negativity? My negativity is I'm not able to go out, social activity, my income is affected. How am I going to break? So I tell myself, all right, in order to break negativity, my first problem is social. I tell myself, it's okay. It's okay. It is not only me. Okay, I'm not the only one that cannot go social activity. You look at West Malaysia. At that time, look at US. Look at China. Look at England. You know the case of COVID is spiking up. I should be very thankful. Not only me. If I want to go out, then I may get COVID-19. So it is better to stay in. So I break this negative. And secondly, income. Now my income is zero. Then I break the negative. If I can do online now. If I can do online, my opportunity, I'll be able to open up my market. My market would not only be East Malaysia. Before COVID, most of my business is East Malaysia, but sometimes I go KL, but very rare. Maybe 1 year, 6 times only. So very rare. So I say maybe there's an opportunity. I'll try to break that negativity. At this moment, level 2, I still don't know how to do online. I want to take care of my brand first. Then after I think of this, I break it. Then what is the benefit? This is where the magic comes. I want to ask myself, what is the magic? What is the benefit if I can break this negativity? So I look at if I can have the opportunity to expand my market, I would have wider market. I would have more income. I will increase my network. Then if I can do that, I don't have to go out. I'll be very busy at home doing online. That is the benefit. When I look at the benefit, I say, wow, why not? Now level 2, actually, I'm encouraging myself. You see. So ladies and gentlemen, the way I do it now and yours is different. I'm actually persuading myself. I am a coach. I'm also a coachee. But for you, you can do this. You are a coach. Then you coach another person. So, but for this, at that time, I don't have people to coach me. So I myself is a coachee. I myself is also a coach. All right. So after level 2, I go to level 3 now. Level 3, level 2 is not going to last forever, man. Yes, I know there's a wider market. Yes, I know there's a more income. If I don't know how to do, it will not happen. So I must move to number 3. I must move to number 3 now. Now I break the second level of negative. How I break through? I use the same thing. Use this. Okay, you look at the arrow. I use the same thing to break it even more positively. Then I tell myself, oh, if I can break this, I will be calmer. I will be happier. I want to live a happier life. I do not want to stay at home during NCO and grumble and complain and complain and complain. Then my wife will be sickening. In fact, of spending more time with my wife at home now, but I'm complaining, then my wife would not like to be with a person who always nag and always complain. So I must not complain. I must be very positive. So because of that self-motivation, I want to be calm. If I can break this, I will be calm. I will be happier. So meaning to say, instead of thinking of wider market, now I focus on myself now. I will be very calm. If I need to be calm, I need to be happier. Then after this calm and happy, I break them into the benefit. What is the benefit if I can be calm and happier? I will have more confidence. I will be very creative. I will be eager to learn online. This is what happened. I keep on telling myself, I want to be calm. When I reached level 3, I still remember my wife is asking me, why are you so positive? Why are you so enthusiastic about it? Why are you so, you don't worry? You look very confident. You know what? At that time, I tell my wife, I say, wow, I'm going to spend more time with my family, with you all already. My market is going to increase. My income is going to shift. I'm very excited about the new way of doing it. So my wife was very surprised. Why you do? Then my children also, they were struggling with their online class. They were struggling with their online class. Then I actually do. Then I show it to them. Then they start telling, how come my teacher is different? My teacher is different. I try to break that. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, where we can control ourselves. 1, 2, 3, we can control. You can do this. You can coach them. So when you coach them, all the answer must come from the coachee, not you. Okay, now after that, I move into 48 and 49. That is level 4 and level 5. Level 4 is where it does not depend on me already. I have to depend on other people. So, okay, as you can see, my case, my situation is MCO lockdown. I have to empathize. I have to understand other people. What would other people see MCO? Not necessarily they are positive. At that time, they are negative, but not as negative as now. Now, you can see a lot of them is closing shop already. Some of them actually went into depression. Some of them actually go suicidal. The reason here is because they are not able to break the negativity. They are still sitting there and waiting for the COVID to go away. If they sit there to wait for COVID to go away, that is not EQ, because I don't think COVID is going to go away. Right now, level 4 now. When MCO lockdown, what do other people emphasize? What is the positive? I must also always remember, always look for the positive before the negative. So when I look at the positive, I tell myself, wow, some people accept change. Some people are not many, some people accept change. Some people, but after they accept change, you look at the business become different. They are able to tap opportunity. There are a lot of new business, especially the new generation. They come up with new thing. The business is better. You see, then also after that, I look at how people look at it negatively. Wow, very negative. A lot of people find it very difficult to change. Not comfortable if they want to do online like me. Even today, I actually have a talk to a lot of my trainers, a lot of my competitors in KL, asking them, getting them to do virtual. Some of them doesn't want to do virtual, and some of them are closing shop already. So sad. And a lot of people is waiting for COVID-19 to go away. You see, the thing here is, it depends on how we look at this scenario. We must be positive. You look at now, those people selling Zhenchu Nai Cha. Okay, during COVID, a lot of them, the business is not affecting. Why? The business, a lot of people come and take away, come and buy and take away a lot. But there are obviously some Zhenchu Nai Cha, their business is not that good because there's not a lot of takeaway lah. But then, if I were to compare with Starbucks, you look at Starbucks. Starbucks at one time before the lockdown, they were the number one place to go for coffee. But you look at now, you look at Kuching. I pity some of the branch. Some branch they don't their takeaway is not as good as the Naicha. But some branch they can do well, but not many branch can do takeaway in Starbucks. Why? Because Starbucks people look at Starbucks here is not only the coffee, they are providing the environment, they are providing the internet. And then yet these people is still focusing on internet and environment. People come to them is because of environment and internet.珍珠奶茶not necessary. Before lockdown, they already do a lot of takeaway. So this is the difference. Then I compare with coffee shop. Why coffee shop? You see those selling noodles. If their noodles is tasty, is famous, they still have a lot of tapao, but their coffee shop is sitting there. Nobody tapao the drink because a lot of people don't get used to tapao from coffee or peng from the coffee shop. Then compare with Zhenju Nai Cha. Then I met one coffee shop. Wow, his tapao of drink is so good, you know. It's just opposite my office. And a lot of people tapao the drink. Every time I go and tapao the food, I say so many people queue to tapao the drink. So I also one time I go and tapao the drink. I want to see that what is so different. This particular person do it positively. You know when he tapao your coffee, he doesn't put the normal cap. He actually seal it just like a Zhenju Nai Cha when he seal it. Once he seal it, it is not leaking. So it is easy to carry. I say, wow, very good. If I were to tapao from other coffee shop, when I bring back, it is very dirty, and then the drink will pour here and there. In that particular, only that particular coffee shop is doing the sealing just like Zhenju Nai Cha. They are trying to be different. Even though their business is not as good as last time, but at least in this scenario, their business is still doing okay. All right. So that is level 4. Level 4, some people can accept it positively. Some people cannot observe, can see it positively. They see it negative. I would like you to zoom at negative. Zoom negative when I do training now. A lot of my clients are not comfortable in virtual. So what should I do now? Now I go into social skill. I must change my business. I must change my business so that my customer who are very negative at this situation can make them more comfortable. So I go in, I start to my training, my online must be easy, must be fun, and my training must reach their heart. It is not a message. I don't like to attend virtual just message, just teaching me technique. I want you to hit my heart, tell my heart I need to change. I must conduct this type of program. If I want to do that, I must emphasize on motivation. All my program is motivate, 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 so that they will be able to get out of this negativity. That is where the market is needed. I don't have to teach them some technique that is very good, very good, very good. But because of this lockdown, they are not able to practice it. Then after I see this, I tell myself social skill, I must divide it into the do, the don't. Okay, the do would be make online easy, make online fun, emphasize to motivate them. And what is the don't? What is the don't? I must not make online one way. So that's why I never do what they call this webinar. I never do webinar. Webinar is a one way. I don't like to do one way. So is it starting already? I ask you to introduce yourself. I start talking to you. I interact with you. So that is something which I must do. I don't allow them to sit there and listen to me. Even like, for example, Pegaso, those of you who register Pegaso, when they come in, I will get you all to switch on the cam. If you don't want to switch on the cam, I will start calling your name. I will make sure until you are comfortable. Some of them may not be comfortable in language. Don't worry, I will make sure that you are able to be comfortable. And I make sure that I don't conduct in big crowd because what they call this, HRDF allow us to do in big crowd. 35 people or above. But I don't do that. I think maximum is 20, 25. But at one time I have 32. Wow, very difficult. I still prefer small group like 12 like 15. Oh, I like it because I can have more time with them. So that is the do and don't. So after that, I've been doing this, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a very good journey for us. Now, the third time that I do virtual last year, I already have international participants. I have participants from UK, Africa, Nigeria, UK, and US. Now my client is not only East Malaysia. Now I have a lot of West Malaysian client. I'm doing a lot of in-house for them. So now my best is opening up. Now even teachers like Swinburne, Unimas, and even our education system in Kedah, they fly over here to meet up with me. Say, David, can you do this and teach our teacher how to conduct online, and Swinburne as well, Unimas as well. So I'm actually very happy. I'm actually teaching the teacher how to do virtual interactively. So that 5 level is actually able to break me out. So ladies, gentlemen, I actually put what my thought is into this template, how it take me through. And it's seriously proven that it has taken me through. And when it has taken me through, not only myself, my whole family is actually very happy. They are not worried about me, and my staff is all very cheerful. They are all actually very busy doing virtual training. In fact, almost every week, almost every day. So this is the template that I would like to share. All right, with that, thank you so much on this. If is there any question, I would like to take on some of the question. If there's any question that you'd like to post for me. If not, then I will proceed. So this template, remember, ladies and gentlemen, you just practice. This template, I designed it to coach for you to coach. Because if you are doing for yourself, you don't need this template. All you have to do is just think and just practice. But for other people, some people who are, especially they are now suffering burnout, they are very stressed. You take them through. Especially salespeople. If your salespeople are not getting the number in, talk to them. Think how they can break through, how can they become different. Not necessarily have to be MCO. It can be any challenges that they are facing. Talk to them. I also use this template for very difficult young people who are suffering burnout. I'm also using this, but I do not show it to them. When I talk to them using virtual, I'm using the same method, asking them, what do you think? Is there a positive one? What is the positive? What do you like to do now? Is that, wow, I'd like to go to the beach. Then you know what I do? I say, okay, now close your eyes. Imagine you are in the beach. I want you to make the picture bigger and bigger and bigger. Now I want you to hear the sound, the wind, the sound of the wind. How do you find it now? So after they imagine this, they will be a little bit calmer. Then I go in. How to go about it. So I'm also using this template, especially now during this crisis. A lot of people need this. And for your information, uh, when I do this counseling, especially now, do you know that I was stunned to realize that a lot of young people means below 22 years old. A lot of them is suffering burnout. A lot of them is going to, not most of them, a lot of them in terms of comparison with other age. They are actually now going into depression. You know what is the number one reason they are going into depression? When I realized this, I couldn't imagine. They tell me that they cannot go to Starbucks. They cannot go out and have coffee with their friend. They say, oh, it's depression, very depression, because they cannot have this. Can you imagine? I cannot comprehend it, But I have to put myself into their shoes, But maybe because there's an age gap, But I have to comprehend why you don't want this. Then I realized that they say staying at home is not the answer. Staying at home, the mother, the father nagging, ask them to do this, do that, do this, do that. They cannot stand. They would prefer to go and release them going to Starbucks and all this. So that is the number one thing that it is affecting them. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you will have any young people working for you, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. While working, maybe you have to give them a little bit of time to actually cool themselves, discuss with people, have some coffee. So it will be good. All right, very good, very good. All right, so now I would like you all to switch on your mic. I would like you to switch on your mic because I need you to read out something for me. All right, right. Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen, based on your page 52, there are a lot of quotes from John Maxwell. I would like you all to read this in one voice. I will start to read first. I'll start to read first. So that later on, when I say 1, 2, 3, go, then you all read in one voice. All right? I would like to read this quote. A great dreamer with a bad team is nothing more than a nightmare. All right, I would like you all to read this in one voice. And then after you read this, what you read out loud, this reading is actually for you. You read for yourself. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. A great dream
Dream
with
that
a
team
Is nothing more than a nightmare.
nightmare. All right, I repeat again. A great dream with a bad team is nothing more than a nightmare. Meaning to say, if you have a great dream, if your organization have a great common goal, but if your team are bad, your dream is nothing more than a nightmare. It's a nightmare because you cannot achieve. You cannot achieve. You can only see, but you can never touch. You can never reach out. That is where these words it can be within a team. It can be within a person. Like some athletes, they have a great dream. I want to be the best. I want to be this, especially Malaysians. But they cannot reach their potential because they have a bad team. Bad team means those people surrounding them, their coach, and all this. All right. So thank you so much. You can mute now. All right. And in this case also, I would just like to share with you also another phrase by John Maxwell. He said, all good leaders are connectors. They relate well. They make people feel confident about themselves and their leaders. So, ladies and gentlemen, you as a boss, as a manager, as a supervisor, as a father, as a mother, you are a good leader. You must make sure that you are a good leader. You connect with people. How do you connect with people? How do you make them confident? Not only using your words, oh, you are good, you are nice, you look beautiful. No, that is very short term. You use the platform that just now I share with you. How the coach, how do you coach them to become high EQ? You coach them so that they are able to motivate themselves. They are able to break through. That is very, very important. Now, so on this, so if those of you who are working in an organization, whether you are a clerk, whether you are officer, whether you are manager, whether you are a boss, whether you are owner, you must focus on these four pillars of positive leadership. Today, I'm going to talk about more on leadership. Okay, I'm going to talk about day one, your introduction of positive to leadership to influence, and also your character and also EQ. All right, you must always build up these four pillars of positive leadership. That is all everyone responsibility. You cannot say that I leave it to the owner, I leave it to my manager. No, everybody play a good part. Everyone must play their part. First pillar. Always make sure that there is a positive work climax. Meaning to say, in your job environment, it is very, very positive. All right, very, very positive for individual, for a team member, so that would be a climax for them to reach to their maximum. So let me ask you, do you all want to work in the organization where there's no trust, there's a lot of hurting, a lot of shouting? When you go back, you feel like resigning. No, isn't it? You want to work in an organization when you drive, when you go back in the evening, you are actually driving with a smile. So remember, everyone must contribute to a positive work climate. Use your ONARD, empathy on other. Four pillars. First pillar, build a working climate. If you are negative D, turn negative D into a D. If you are negative N, turn it into a positive N. That is the first pillar. The second pillar here is, regardless of who you are in the organization, remember, maintain and enhance and build a positive relationship among members. You have every right to not to like me, but I have every right not to not like you. If you don't like me, you don't like me lah. But I will still proceed to learn to like you. All right, so remember this, making this contribution to this relationship is more than just receiving benefit from this relationship. Or I maintain a good relationship, I actually reap up the benefit. No, it's more than that. With this positive, you would be able to generate a positive outcome. Be whatever outcome you are looking for, positive relationship, that is the starting age. Then the third pillar here is, in order to promote a positive work climate, in order to promote positive relationship, you must start with positive communication. You must always start with positive communication. Positive communication is to remove negative communication, empathy, listening, and use your communication to connect with people, because good leaders connect with people. Leaders does not mean you need to be a manager or supervisor. Day one, even an office boy can become a leader. Even a 10 years old boy can become a leader. Lastly, the last pillar here is positive meaning in the workplace. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about more about the meaning in the workplace. Give them a good meaning for them to come to the office with a reason, with a positive goal. Don't let them come dragging their leg. Come to work, they have to drag their leg to come to the work. No choice. If your staff, if every one of us, we work because of money, then we are going to be unhappy, because it is just because money. It's all just because of the payday. I have to suffer 28 days in order to have one day that I like about it. So that is not the things that we want to work. We want to work in the organization where there is a positive work climate, positive relationship among staff, positive communication. With this, I can bring back this meaning not only at work, I can bring this meaning back home. With these four pillars, I can drive home with a smile. And I tell people, I love my job. Not I like my job, I love my job. When people love your job, they will not quit the job. Other people pay them more money, they will not leave you because they love their job. If they like your job, if other people give them more benefit, they will leave you and join the other people. That is where they like their job, but they do not love their job. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, these four pillars, how do you reach these four pillars? You reach these four pillars because of this requirement, these 6 requirements that you must have as a leader. All right, these 6 leadership requirements. First, able to get the best out of them. Whoever work with you, whether they are negative or whatsoever, you do your level best to bring them out. If they are negative, bring them out from negative and be positive. Bring the best. How do you do that? You identify their personality, ONARD. Then later on, teach them about EQ. Then also get them ready about the 3 habits that I'm going to share with you. Second thing, positive involvement in team. You as a boss, you as a manager, you as a clerk, once there's a team participation, you must be involved. You must be involved, regardless who your status is. You must be involved. Thirdly, able to effectively influence others. Okay, motivate people, give people positive vibe, turn them their negative into positive. That is effectively influence on other people. Then willingly to be involved in team participation. Number 2 and number 4 is different. Number 2 is you involve positively. Number 4 is you are willing to be involved. You don't have to get people to drag you in. Any team participation, let me know. I want to join. I want to join. Fifthly, we must be willing to enhance self-improvement. Leader must always improve themselves. Always improve themselves. Then, lastly, we must be willing to change for the benefit for the company. If I'm working for ABC, I must be willing to change for the benefit of ABC. If I work with ABC, I am not willing to change myself. I am not willing to change the situation in ABC for the benefit of ABC, then frankly speaking, I should think of resigning because I am not contributing. Ladies and gentlemen, still remember yesterday I shared with you the contract, employment contract, buyer and seller. Okay, employer is the buyer. He buy your skill, buy your time, okay, buy your knowledge, buy your attitude. Where we are the seller, we sell our time, we sell our attitude, we sell our knowledge, we sell our skill. We must be able to do 5 and 6. If we are not able to do 5 and 6, it is difficult for us to grow. Like for example, myself, if I will do training, if I conduct the same program, I will make sure that after I conducted 3 times, I will improvise my material. I will try to add on something so that I'm able to improve myself. I will be able to make my program more and more impact. That's why some of the program last time way back in the early 2000, I attend the program very good. But now I attend it's still the same. So meaning to say the trainer has not been improving. He or she is actually conducting the same thing over and over again. So that is not what we want. Okay, by doing this leadership, we will be able to enhance. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to post up a video for you. This is how we organization is able to make our staff happy, because this is very, very important, because this is what we will be able to get our staff to love our job, not like our job. All right, so let me share. Okay, I will put up this video, and there are 7 ways of doing it. You can write down all the 7 ways how you can actually make your staff feel good at work. All right, so let me see. Okay, these are the 7 ways. Second way, allow mistake. Third way, recognize win. Fifth way, don't micromanage. Sixth way, appreciate others. Say thank you. Make time for fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 8 ways. Okay, so I'll just like to conclude it. Conclude the 8 ways. Okay, I listed down on the 7. 8 ways, please write down. Is make fun for everyone. Make room for fun. All right. The first one here is make sure that expectations are clear. Whatever we do, make sure expectations are clear. Allow mistake. Recognize win. Put team physical and mental health first. All right. Do the EQ. Do the coaching so that you can actually help to enhance their mental health positively. Don't micromanage. Show appreciation often, and provide development of opportunity. The 8 is make your work environment fun. Make fun. Celebrate all the small wins. Very, very important. So when we have challenges, we should ask ourselves, what can we learn from this mistake? What can we learn from this mistake? So very, very important. So ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to illustrate what is other than helping your staff to be happy. I would just like to illustrate on the board what is very important for us to work in an organization now. All right, hold on. All right, would you be able to see my board?
Yes.
The lighting, is it okay? The lighting is okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I cannot hear you clearly.
You need to write something on it.
Yes, okay, all right. Write something on it so that you can actually measure. Okay, very good. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share with you why do we need to work? Why do we need to work? Work.
It's very clear.
Okay. Okay, purpose. Okay, all right, good. So the lighting, everything okay, So ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to ask you, I would like some of you to actually unmute and then give me the answer. All right, give me the answer. Hold on. All right, I'd just like to share this with you. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second. All right. Hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like just to ask you, why do employees choose to work in an organization? Or in short, why do company work? Why do company work? Why do us employee choose to work in an organization? Why do we choose to work? What is the reason that we choose to work? What is
For
the reason?
employee, usually if an employee wants to work in an organization, there must be something they wanted to learn or achieve.
Okay, very good, Kelvin. Something they want to learn. All right.
To me, the basic needs. The basic needs.
Basic needs is what?
Is security.
Security. Okay, good. Okay, security. Some more?
How about the sense that you are contributing? You know, like
sense of accomplishment. Correct?
Yeah.
I put accomplishment. Very good. Okay. Some more?
Understanding the impact.
Impact of what?
Impact of what they're doing in their work.
Okay, that means I would say increase their skill. Increase their impact of competency, ability. Improve their skill. Okay? So that you improve your skill, only you have impact. Some more? Some more why people choose to work?
They don't have money.
To earn. I thought nobody is going to say this. Okay, earn money. I would say more money, because every time money not enough one. When you join a company, you can only ask for increment maybe once every 2 years or once every a year or twice. The most is twice a year. You have to wait for another year to increase your money. So I say earn more money. Okay, somewhat. What about
Could it be interest?
Career development? Can I say that? Interest? Career development. Yes. Okay. All right. I think there are a lot of reasons. Some achievements, promotion, a lot. Okay. Let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen. If let's say suddenly your bank account have a lot of money. Let's say your bank account have a lot of money. Okay. All right. Your bank account have a lot of money. Would you suddenly your work feel security? Suddenly you strike a lottery in your bank. Would your security improve?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What type of security? Personal security, because we have money. But at work doesn't mean that you have work security. But in general, yes. Once you have a lot of money, you have work. You have security, correct? Suddenly you have a lot of money in your bank, your accomplishment at work, would you suddenly achieve work accomplishment? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
My answer is no. Accomplishment means achieve company target, achieve company goals.
Yeah, perhaps because it makes you feel better. You feel very secure and you become positive. You radiate positive energy.
Not necessary to me. Not necessarily.
Once you are positive, you may choose to resign already. I have money already. I want to work, correct?
Yes.
So this depends on what type of accomplishment. If personal accomplishment, maybe. But I'm talking about work. I'm talking about a work. Work. So
Maybe not.
it's not. No, most probably it's not.
Right.
If I have more money, would I be able to suddenly want to learn? If I have more money, do I want to learn?
No.
Probably
No,
not.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe I said
Alright.
maybe yes.
Maybe yes, but mostly no. Once I have money, what should I want to learn? I want to spend money. I want to learn how to spend my money wisely. If I have more money now, would my skill improve or not? Suddenly my bank have a lot of money, and today would my skill improve? Suddenly
Oh.
improve? No,
Skill and
Ah.
money improve.
So once you have a lot of money, do you think suddenly your career development will become better? My boss Encik God will suddenly like me when I strike a lottery. My boss will like me and will give me a promotion. Encik God, would you do that for me?
No,
Boss,
it's not that.
Subjective.
Not
I have a lot of money, I have a lot of money,
Yeah, you have more friends.
I go first, but you are my boss. Can you promote me because I have a lot of money? Would you do that or not?
No.
Sophia said no. Alright, so I only have one what do you call this arrow. Okay, now let me ask you this. If I increase my impact, if my skill, what I have learned and learned until one fine day my skill is very good, can I have a career development? Would I have?
Yes.
yes, of course.
Yeah. So if let's say my skill is better, would I be able to learn more?
Yep.
Right.
yes.
You
Yeah.
can share.
If my skill is better now, can I reach work accomplishment?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Of course.
Yeah. If I have more skill now, would I have more security?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if I have career development, I work accomplishment, I work security, would I be able to ask for more money?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Of course.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, from here you can see a lot of young people, young graduate, they don't understand this. Very simple thing they don't understand. They always ask, I want more money, I want more money. Money will never come to them, not unless they strike lottery. If they want more money, they increase this. They ask the company, what can I contribute? After I contribute, then I will ask the company, what can you contribute to me? That is the secret. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I start with the bank at that time, the bank, as you know, I have no much opportunity. A lot of people is working in the bank, and I am only a small chiku where nobody can see me. Then I asked myself, I still remember after first week, I go and ask my boss, how can I become a bank manager? How can I become a manager? At that time, I was 22 years old. He was laughing at me. This Chua Chai Hua was laughing at me. He said, how can you become a manager? You are only 22 years old. Do you know during the late 80s, the managers have to be at least 40 plus, 50 plus? I said, I cannot. Because the increment is only 50 ringgit a year for a for an officer. I cannot. So I want. How? I'm asking later, how can I improve competency? And this flow, ladies and gentlemen, is not only for show, it actually proved it to me. I actually increased this. I was able to become a branch manager at the age of 24 after only 2 years in the bank, from an officer to become a bank manager, because I understand this. Because if I don't go into a promotion, my increment is only 50 ringgit. I cannot, I don't come from a rich family. I don't have money. I need to strive that. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you go back as an owner, as a manager, as a supervisor, teach them this logic. Teach them this logic. There is no shortcut. If you want shortcut, quickly increase this. If you can contribute, I asked one time when I was conducting a program, I asked them, a corporate organization, I asked them, can you ask the company to give you an increment of 100,000? He said, David, no, you are dreaming. He's doing sales. I said, no, if you can bring a sales of 1 million every month, you ask the company to pay you 10,000, would he be willing? The answer is yes. Why? Because if he lose you, he's going to lose the 1 million a month. So your question is not to sit there and think, would the company give me 10,000 or not, or 100,000 or not? You should be thinking, how do I increase myself? If normal people only achieve 100,000, I should achieve 10 times. I should achieve 1 million. Once you are able to achieve 1 million, that is where your bargain is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if let's say we are a club,
Sorry, David.
yes,
Sorry, David.
yes,
The last one is impact what? Cannot see clearly the below.
competency, yeah, competency. That is you
Competency.
improve your skill, your knowledge, and skill.
The
Competency.
other one is career development.
Development, yes, career
Oh,
development.
okay.
Career
So the
development.
things below the career and the impact we cannot see already
Yeah. Could you
from here.
angle the
You cannot
camera
see
down a
already.
little
You
bit?
cannot see already, huh? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay, then maybe I zoom, you hold on for a while. I can zoom.
No, not zoom. Just point it. Yeah, there
Okay,
we go.
Yeah.
all right. But there are a lot of other reasons. There are a lot of other reasons, not only these six, because these six are the one that you give it to me, you see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got this. All right, so for those people who start their career, remember, if you want it fast, don't sit there and dream for more money. Quickly ask yourself, what can I learn? What can I improve? If I work in this organization, if I work in this, improve my skill. If let's say this company is not going to give money that I want, other competitors is going to give it to me. This is what reason why we are looking. So now, ladies and gentlemen, other than this, I'm going to share with you another one. This one is what the company is looking for. Okay, what the company is looking for a contributor for staff. I want to share this with you. Just like I share with your video. That is what company is looking for. But now, what is a staff looking for? Okay, what is the staff looking for now? Okay, number one, remember, it's not always about the money. It is not always about the money. When the staff work with you, you don't always emphasize how much are they earning. Are you giving them a higher salary? Or I give them minimum wages, it should be good already. No. When a staff work in an organization, in order to make them happy, they are looking for career opportunity. Not only career opportunity, they are looking for guidance. Not only that, they are also looking for to be motivated. Okay, not only that, they are also looking for better communication in an organization. Not only that, they are looking for clear expectation. Okay, not only that, they are looking at a respected boss. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, on one hand, we know what the employee must have. We must now also know what would employee want. Every one of us would like to work in a company where we have a career opportunity. We have a future in that company. If I were to spend these 3 years in that company, where would I be? And in order to have that, I must also have better communication. In our organization, we have positive communication. And in my job, I have somebody to guide me. The boss is motivating me, and I know what am I supposed to do. And overall, I want a respected boss. So, ladies and gentlemen, at one hand, we want our staff to increase their competency. On the other hand, we must be able to give them this. If we are not be able to give them this, then after they have learned everything, they will say, thank you, bye-bye, I'm going to go to your competitor, because they don't see the future here. So a lot of people complain that, oh, training, I don't want to send my staff for training. If I send my staff for training, after they know, they will leave already. That is the wrong mindset. If you don't give them the training, they will be working at your place. If they don't resign, that is the worst. If a good staff were to resign in your company, that is not the worst. The worst is a negative staff who work in your company never want to resign, always want to work for you, where they are very negative. They enjoy cascading all this negativity to other people. That is the worst. So to me, if you train them up, they are ready, you must provide them this. If you provide them this, they will say, I love my job. It's not that I like my job. If they love their job, they will not leave. If they are able to communicate well, there are a lot of positivity, they will not leave. They will stay with you. Not unless you want them to leave, then you can actually managing them out. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very important. So it indicates that how we as the leader, we must also prepare ourselves. Not on the other hand, we are expecting them to give. At the other side, we must be able to give as well, so that it is check and balance. Okay, because once you give it to them, we do not want them to resign. Right? We do not want them to resign. All right. So now I would just like to go into very important subject now. We understand that it is very important. And for them to deliver, both sides, you must make sure that they don't fall into Peter principle. Never let them fall into Peter principle. What is Peter principle? Peter principle is that you promote a person. After he get promoted, he cannot do his job. He don't know how to do his job. He gets stuck. That is called Peter principle. You do not want that. Okay. A lot of people, when they get promoted, because of how good they are when they do their job. When they are an officer or they are clerk, they can do their job very well. Wow, after the boss said, wow, you can do your job very well, I promote you. Once I promote you, that is where the problem. Because once they promote, the job requirement is different. While they get promoted, they have to talk to people, they have to motivate people, they have to chair meeting. It's not about themselves anymore. After they get promoted, they are stuck. This is called Peter principle. Don't always avoid Peter principle. Because if you get stuck, very difficult. There are only 3 ways for you. If your good staff stuck in Peter principle. Number 1, you sack them, you terminate them. But once you terminate them, do you think it's fair for them? Second is you demote them. You demote them lower to the previous job. If you demote them, how would people look up at him? He cannot be his previous self already. He have no confidence to manage his staff already. The third thing is you don't do anything. That is the worst. If you don't do anything, then the people downstairs will always curse the management. You see, if they promote me, it's better than this particular person. You see, it brings the whole thing down. So never affect, never get your good people to become Peter principle. I do not know whether I share with you this story, but I'm going to repeat this story again. Okay. When I was doing sales much earlier before I go for my studies, I was selling cars, Tanjong cars, in Jalan Abel. So I was working there for around a year plus before I go for my studies. So when I was a salesman at that time, I looked up at these officers. I really looked up at this, I would say, sales officer. Every time without him in the morning, because we need to chair a meeting every morning. Without him in a meeting, the manager will say, okay, today no meeting because the right hand man and left hand man is not in. So today we have no meeting. So I always look up at this particular boss. All right, he is able to sell 10 cars every month without fail. Nissan is not Toyota, because at that time we are selling Nissan 1301. Or very sellable car. The price is around 17,900. The most luxurious car at that time in Tanjong is Nissan Bluebird. Okay, selling at 32,800. That was in mid-80s. All right, so I look up at him. Wow, he can sell 10 cars. Then after that, I left the industry. I go for my further study. After I come back, I immediately I go and see this particular person because I look up at him. Then I heard that he have left. He was being terminated. I said, why terminated? He's because of his good performance. He's being promoted to become a sales manager. When he become a sales manager, he fight with the staff because of stealing sales and all these things. So I go and look for him. It took me 2.5 years to actually manage to look for him, to get hold of him. So I asked him, hey, what happened? Then he told me, very difficult. When I was a salesman, I sell 10 cars. When I become a sales manager, I must sell 15 cars because that is where they promote me. I say, no, it's not like that. When you are a salesman, you sell 10 cars. When you get promoted to become a sales manager, you are not supposed to sell any car. He said, what do you mean? It's just like technical skill. You don't beat, you let other people do better than you. I say, no. How many salesmen you have? He said, 10 salesmen. You should teach these 10 salesmen to be like you. Each salesman teach them how to sell 10 cars. So if you have 10 salesmen working under you, you are able to teach them, get them to sell 10 cars, 10 cars, 10 cars, 10 cars. Then your branch will be able to sell 100 cars. That is the reason why the management promote you. Not for you to compete with them, not for you to steal their prospect. It is not like that. So see, this is Peter principle. And when he resigned, nobody explained this to him. He's such a good salesman. You know? So, ladies and gentlemen, in your situation, never let this happen. Before Peter principle, you must actually do 3 things. First of all, promote better. Before you get a person to be promoted, you analyze the job. Because usually when they are doing their job, they are clerk, they are executive, they only do their personal job very well. But when they get promoted, it's not about themselves anymore. It's about whether can they motivate people, can they talk to people, can they influence people. Tell them this is the job new requirement. Are you able to take on? If you are able to take on, I'm going to give you a probation. That is the purpose of probation. I give you 3 months. If after that you cannot, then I will remove you and put you down to your normal job. Is that okay with you? If okay, you have this negotiation, then you promote. Second one here is if it really happened in Peter principle, you have no choice but demote. You have to demote. If you let this situation stay, it's going to pull down everyone. The third one here is train them. Train them well before you promote them. But how to rectify Peter principle is if currently any of your staff in that situation, don't just pull them down like this. Train them, mentor them, coach them, guide them so that they can be better. Now the question we have to ask ourselves here is, are we now in Peter principle? Are we now able to take up a business where we have no idea how to move the company? Or if we are moving company, we get stuck, we get problem with experienced staff, we get experience with this. That is Peter principle. So you have to look into how do you break that already. So in short, ladies and gentlemen, very simple here would be, you have to understand this element. When we start working or you start doing a business, all right, on your own, or we start as a clerk, in whatever ways we go, first level here is when we enter, our knowledge is to make sure that we know how to do the job. Application. The skill is to perform the job. The attitude is to learn. These are the lowest level of position that our competence is. Just now somebody asked me what is competency. On my left, competency is we are talking about knowledge, skill, attitude, or ability. Okay, once we are at this lower level, we talk about serve ability. We talk about serve. But once you get promoted up, remember, once you get yourself promoted up, your knowledge is no longer about application. Your knowledge is not about how to do your job. Your knowledge is about team performance. How can you motivate them to do it together? Your skill is no longer to perform the job. Your skill is to interact with them. Your attitude is not to learn anymore. It's to work with others. That is the middle. And when you reach here, your emphasis is no longer serve, it's department. And after that, if you go higher, if you go higher, your knowledge is not about team performance, it's organization performance. Your skill is no longer to interact with people, it's to motivate other people for performance. Your attitude is not to work with people, your attitude is to manage and counter staff negative. You cannot say, ayo, this particular staff I cannot perform, I cannot sack him. If I sack him very sayang, how do I'm going to tell him? So that you cannot have this type of attitude. Once you reach higher, it is organization only. So in short, ladies and gentlemen, serve-ability, I'm looking at 1 to 2 years. Department, it should be around 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years, you should be emphasizing on this. After 5 years and above, you should be looking at organization. This is the corporate ladders that you must be able to climb. And this is roughly the directions. All right, very important. And then on top of that, we ourselves as a manager, as a leader, then other than this, we must also be looking into this. What is other people's expectation on us? If you are an emerging leader, that is the first column, you are just starting to work. 2 things they will emphasize. Number 1 is hard work. You must do hard work and you must be proactive. That is the first 2 years of working as a leader. After 2 years, the 3rd year to 5th year, you are in the middle of leaders. Your job, your expectation is not about hard work anymore. It's about the ability to motivate people, and you must be decisive. Once you are in a leader for more than 5 years, your number 1 priority is to have vision. You must be able to vision and lead your team to reach that destination. And secondly, is the ability to motivate others. As you can see, leadership, you cannot sit still. You need to improve. And when you improve, ladies and gentlemen, from hard work to ability to motivate others, you must change your behavior. If I am an ant, I'm very hardworking, it is not good enough if you become leader in the meter. In able to motivate others, you must have at least B or you must have at least R. And when you become a top management, you must be able to switch. Today, I want to be R. Tomorrow, I want to be N. If it requires me, I need to be A. So in order to have visionary, you must be able to switch. So ladies and gentlemen, I already shared with you your profile that need to take you through. So there is no reason why you cannot grow on that. There is no reason why. So ladies and gentlemen, very important here, it lies to ourselves. Very important. I'm going to share with you a video now. This lady called Jen, doctor diagnosed her that she has a 2% of chances to recover. Only 2%. 98% she will die. Then she happily said, 2% is not 0%. Okay? And she went for a talent competition. And during that talent competition, she doesn't need other people to motivate her. She actually motivates other people. And she only have a 2% chance of survival. And during his most difficult time, he got married. And then when he was diagnosed cancer, after 2 years of fighting the cancer, at the age of 30, the husband stopped loving her. The husband said, no, I cannot take it anymore. So the husband divorced her during his very difficult time. And also in that time when he's fighting his cancer, the doctor told him that he only has 6 months to live. And after that, he told herself, why sitting there? And he was feeling very sorry for himself, very pity, and he complained, he cursed everyone. He doesn't live a happy life. One fine day, he suddenly realized this is not going to work. Why does he want to get fed up with things he cannot control? Still remember, circle of influence, circle of concern. At that time, he changed himself. He doesn't blame the husband. He doesn't blame everybody. He doesn't ask why me. He just said, why can't I be happy now? I shouldn't wait for difficult time to go away when I begin to be happy. I to start to be happy even though I am very difficult now. So he start to decide to be happy. That is where she go for the competition and she influence other people, and people change because of her, and she live a happier life now. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to her song. Her song is called "It's Okay." It is written by her. And then you look at the lyrics. These lyrics, the song is actually written for her. Every word that in her song is actually about her. She's telling herself that it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Life is hard, but it's okay. All right. So I would like you to listen to this, and I will link this video to our learning in a short while. All right. Hold on.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're happy you are. What's your name?
My name's Jane. When I sing, I go by Nightbird.
Oh, that's nice.
Nightbird?
That's right.
Did you sing? Do you sing for a living?
Not recently.
Where are you from?
I'm from Zanesville, Ohio.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30 years old. And the dream is to be a singer. What are you going to be singing
Hold on,
for us tonight?
I'm singing an original song called It's Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It is. It's okay.
It's okay.
David, did you mute the video?
Yeah. There's no sound.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I just pressed wrongly. Okay. I'll restart.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. Is that okay? The
I'm
sound?
awesome. I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
it's back.
to be here.
Oh, we're happy you are. What's your name?
My name's Jane. When I sing, I go by Nightbird.
Oh, that's nice.
Nightbird?
That's right.
Did you sing? Do you sing for a living?
Not recently.
Where are you from?
I'm from Zanesville, Ohio.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30 years old. And the dream is to be a singer. What are you going to be singing for us tonight?
I'm singing an original song called It's Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It is. It's okay.
It's okay.
What is It's okay about?
It's Okay is the story of the last year of my life.
All right. And who are you here with?
I'm here by myself.
It's okay. And what do you do for a living?
I have not been working for quite a few years. I've been dealing with cancer.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
Can I ask you a question? How are you now?
Last time I checked, I had some cancer in my lungs, my spine, and my liver.
Wow.
So you're not okay?
Well, not in every way, no.
Listen to her.
A beautiful smile and a beautiful glow, and
You do.
nobody would know.
Thank you. It's important that everyone knows I'm so much more than the bad things that happen to me.
Yes.
All right. Sing for us.
Good luck. Nightbird.
Listen to her lyrics. She's talking to herself, actually, the lyrics.
I moved to California in the summertime. I changed my name thinking that it would change my mind. I thought that all my problems, they would stay behind. I was a stick of dynamite and it just was a matter of time, yeah. Oh dang, oh my, now I can't hide. Said I knew myself, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I wrote 100 pages, but I burned them all. Yeah, I burned them all. I blow through yellow lights and don't look back at all. I don't look back at all. Oh, dang, oh my, now I can't hide. Said I knew what I wanted, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay. it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. Oh, it's alright to be lost sometimes.
Wow. There are, however, there have been some great singers this year. And I'm not going to give you a yes. I'm going to give you something else.
Cancer is not killing you. You're
This is the
killing
word from
yourself.
her. This
It's
is the word from her.
important that everyone knows that I'm so much more than the bad things that happen to me. You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. These are some of the heartwarming quotes that Jane Nightbird shared with us. A 30-year-old optimistic and strong woman who's dealing with life-threatening cancer. She was diagnosed with cancer and given 6 months to live. Her doctor said that she only has 2% chance of survival, but she bravely said 2% is not 0%. 2% is something. With her hopes and strong faith, she continued to live life with optimism and even auditioned in America's Got Talent with bravery and positivity. The judges and the people are charmed when she started to smile. Even got more touched when Simon asked, "How are you now?" And she replied, "Last time I checked, I had some cancer in my lungs, in my spine, and in my liver." The crowd became silent, but she said, "It's okay, I'm okay." And when she started singing, the crowd got even more quiet. Many wondered why she auditioned alone and where her family was. But Jane did get married to a musician, Jeremy Claudio, back in 2015. They had a lovely intimate wedding in an old building from the 1920s in Newark, Ohio. According to the note, the couple was very hands-on with the details, filling up the place with lots of greens and excitement. The wedding ceremony ended with dinner at the building's Sparta restaurant and coffee shop. All the guests had the couple's very first meal when they discovered Sparta chicken and waffles with homemade hot pepper jelly and home fries. Everyone had a lot of fun, but there's no measurement that the couple had felt at that special moment of their life. Within a span of 5 years, the couple, especially Jane, went through a lot of challenges, mainly about cancer that gave her less than double-digit of chances of survival every time. "I have had cancer 3 times now, and I have barely passed 30, she posted on her blog. The song It's Okay, which she composed and sang in America's Got Talent, is about the last year of her life. She tells Access, "This was the song that I wrote for myself that I needed to hear. In the beginning of 2020, I was diagnosed with cancer, given 6 months to live. 2 weeks later, I went through divorce. My husband said he didn't want to do it anymore." In one of her recent posts, she shares podcast with a caption, "It's the realest I've ever been about the collapse of my marriage and the lies that were keeping me sick." Jane remembered the emotions that have always dominated her life. Thoughts such as, "I need to strive. I need to control if I only work hard enough. I would have all the things I want and get what I deserved." Life didn't go the way she planned. She said, "I was getting angry trying to control." Eventually, she realized that the outcome is not in her hands.
Now
But what
she
matters
realized
is,
there's no
as
point
one
to
of
get
her friends
angry.
said, is to understand how you got to where you are and how to get out. She stressed the importance of communicating what she needs to yourself,
Communication.
to God, and then to others. And that's when Jane started to let go. And when she said,
Must start to
when I
let go
let go
all the
or
hurt.
stop trying to control the situation, then the goodness of life and the goodness of God just took over. Things have been looking up for me. Jane's story is really inspiring. We can learn that life is truly unfair. But when you don't let life control you and you control yourself and choose to be happy, everything will be okay. As she said once again, you can't wait until life is not hard anymore before you decide to be happy.
For me, I've been sick for a long time, and for a long time, I felt like that disqualified me, and I couldn't make music because I needed to wait until everything was better. And I just realized, like, no, my life isn't something that's going to happen to me in the future. My life is happening now. Like, my life is today, and if I can write a song today, I'm gonna do it, and I'm not gonna wait for the right time. I'm not gonna wait for the right time to be grateful or to be happy, and wait until it like feels safer, because life is always hard. Life always hurts, like always. And we don't have control over that, but we do have some power with the way that we step into that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is her. Okay, how does it relate? Okay, relates negativity. There is no point in sitting there and feel regret and feeling sorry for ourselves. We have to stop and let go and start living our life today. We cannot wait until it is no longer difficult to start happy. From today on, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to start to begin to live a happy life, and so do our staff. So make sure that in today's that we make sure that all our staff start begin to love themselves, start begin to love their job, start to begin to love their career and love everyone. So that is the end product of today. As you see, today is the last sessions, which that is the message that I would like to deliver that to you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go for a breakout. But breakout, we will put you into a breakout. Then after that, before you start, I would like you to go for tea break. I like to go, but let's go for tea, breakout first. Then once you go in, facilitator, please allow every one of them to go for 10 minutes tea break. Then we have roughly around 35 minutes discussion, okay, excluding the tea break. I would like you to discuss what have you learned from this program and how are you going to use it. Okay, the rationale of this is actually a recap. So once you are sharing this, you are sharing your team member to do a recap on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 of what you learned. All right, so to refresh on this and also to start living a life where you can share with everybody and lead others, be it your loved one, be it your friends, be it your colleague, be it your enemy, be it the person that you don't like them. Start praying for them, start living a better life, start leading them to live a better life. Right, with that, Miss Ting, can you actually put every one of us in the breakout room?
Okay.
Then after that, go for tea break, huh? Zo, 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 Miss Ting.
Yes, David.
Hey, this is not a tea break tea break 因为一 breakout room
Okay.
你可以讲多做了，因为这帮是breakout room。
Yeah.
David?
Yeah. No, I just want to tell you that remove the feedback.
Okay. Hi, Melissa.
Hello, am I in?
Do you have a problem with your MS Team?
I'm not too sure.
Wait.
I try to leave and then try to rejoin, but
Because now you have two accounts inside the room. Can you leave one of them? You using phone or laptop right now?
laptop. Okay,
Laptop.
I just join room, is it? Click the join.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, can you let me go in back to my room?
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Zu.
I already informed Miss Ting. Wait,
Okay.
Hi, Gan. You have problem?
Can someone send me back to my room?
Okay, wait. I inform Miss Ting.
Sure. Hey, Keith.
Hey, hello.
Nice.
Hi. Thank you. I'm stuck outside also.
Same.
Yeah. Are you in office or are you at home?
I'm at home. I'm home. We're all working
Oh.
from.
You mean ever since MCO you guys have been working at home lah?
Pretty much because we're not essential. So a bit.
Okay.
I don't want to risk it lah. And we had like private shoots and stuff. But other than that, we're all like secret shoots.
Yeah. So the new SOP also.
I think new SOP might be Ken.
Okay.
But I want to wait till people have their doses.
Yeah.
Because
Fair enough.
Beijing got Delta again.
Yes. Everyone's so scared of Delta, but like, I'm like, I feel like actually they're both equally, I feel
Equally bad?
Yeah, they're both equally bad. Like, oh yeah. Okay. All right. Zoo. I think I have a group waiting for me. To facilitate.
Okay, you just click join.
Join.
Join there.
Miss Ting, Miss Ting,
Mystic still on hold.
how can I go into I message her.
David.
Miss Ting, tao ngoài tiền đó.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hi Zo.
Hi, Keith.
Can you can I go back to the room?
Okay. Wait ah.
All right, everybody back. Keith, your group finished already?
I'm going back to wrap up.
Oh, okay. Mr. quickly put Keith back. Okay, because we want to start already in the general. All right, Mr. Can we get everybody to come back?
Jason,
Yes, ST.
your center is your center is open already, right?
Half lah.
Or still not in the
Probably
essential? Oh, but you are health half. They are not clear also. Okay.
Very hard to argue. If they want copy all, you have to give one.
Risk also lah. Understand.
So anyone want to go or open, no?
Okay. Or case by case on your request lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Keith is back.
Hi, everyone. Okay, those of you who are back, please switch on your cam. Okay, Keith, your group is coming back. Okay, yes, Ching Ching is back.
Yeah, my group is back.
Okay.
I don't know if everyone is facing this, but my internet and a few people in my room, their internet is very today.
Maybe I think Keith, I think your internet is breaking up. I think the speed have an issue.
Yeah.
It has an issue. So maybe have to check and how do you solve this. So one of the thing here is like, for example, currently I'm doing at home also, I cannot afford all these challenges. So
Yeah.
I don't use it as a wireless lah. I use it as a landline. Landline is more stable. So I actually
Okay.
pass on the landline so it is more stable. And then usually the stability of the speed is actually double. Then I'm also looking into doing two speed. One is a Unify, another one is Maxis, but at least they are different. Sometimes Unify have a problem, then Maxis I can still use now. But people say that Maxis is also for Unify. But I have a friend of mine, the Unify have problem, but the Maxis is still running well. So if we have two separate line, I think it will be good because I think for us when we do training, we cannot afford to have these challenges.
Yes. Yeah.
So even for wireless, I have 4 accounts. So if any of the wireless, but my first priority will be landline. It will be easier. So I think
Yeah. Okay.
then also for desktop, sometimes desktop is not stable. No, laptop is not stable. So desktop will be better. So that's why at home I'm using desktop. So at least more stable.
Yep. Okay. I'll look into that. Thank you.
All right. So while waiting for the others, okay, Jason. Okay, just like to share with you what have you learned. Okay, how are you going to apply what you have learned in your sales? Yes.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Yes, just now I share with Clement already. Starting today, I will start to profile everyone I know. And then try to unfriend some of them.
Unfriend. All right, so this one actually, the profile, it actually comes automatic. You will need to use the form to profile, but after you do a bit, you do 3 or 4, you try to understand, then eventually you don't have to use the questionnaire. The questionnaire is actually used for teaching, but in actual fact, once you know the profile, you actually don't have to use. You actually talk to a few person, you will roughly gauge what is their profile already. So you actually don't have the profile. Profile is actually for teaching. Because like for example, when you talk to a person keep on talking, never stop one. Automatically, you know he's an R already. When a person talk to, he's very quiet. He's either an N or A. Then if you are not sure, you ask him a question. What do you think of this? Then you see whether his response. If his response is step by step one, then it is A. If N, he will try to be very accommodative. Whatever you say, correct, yes, and keep on nodding the head. This is N. A people will not nod the head. A people will look at you and listen you, hear you out. They will not respond one. N person will nod their head. So with that, you can actually know their profile. You don't have to actually profile people. So is to pick up this habit, then it will be good. So that's why like Chin Chin, the 50 question, don't pass it to them. You actually profile other. Because if you use the 50 question to ask them to do it, then it is wrong already. You cannot use a third party for first party. First party use 100 question, and we do all these 100 question like day one when Ancient Rock was saying, okay, why does it have to be 100 question? It doesn't have to, because learning. Like when now. Like Jason, when you talk to your customer keep on talking already. You don't need the 100 question already. Roughly, you will know he is a high R already. You don't have to do the 100 question. If a person is very quiet, then you know already either N or A. Then you try to say something more, and you see if he nod his head, he answer you, he keep this one is N. N people will always not be you. But if he's not knocking his head, he's just looking at you, he's just listening, this one is an A. Then another one who always argue with you. No, I think it's like this. Always share with you their opinion. That one is Heidi person. All person will be thinking, why I don't want to drink this water? Why other water cannot? Why mineral water is better? More probably is all. So that's why you don't have to do the 100 question. 100 question is for teaching on it. So after they know this already, you go in, you talk to people roughly, this technique is very good if you apply for job interview. You interview them, you listen, you see their response. For HR, very, very.
I thought I did that, Mr. David, but I thought it was, I did that. So you are confirming me that I can do that.
Yes, you can. You are doing that. Like what I said, Ross, you have vast experience. That's why not only you can do that, yesterday you already proved that you are switching. When you say that, no, I like to have lunch with other people. You are already applying. You are already switching. So you are already knowing this based on your experience. You are already feeling, and by doing this, I think you feel more happier. You feel more closer to them. You feel more closer to them. That's why every time when I introduce myself, do you all realize this? For those of you who attend my program, face to face and virtual very often, this is my style. I always say when I introduce myself, my name is David Lau. Please do not call me sir. Please do not call me Mr. Lau. Call me David because I love my name. Indirectly, people listen to this. I am actually to actually reduce their defenses. My purpose is to reduce their defenses. To actually unconsciously telling them I am approachable, come to me. So these are some of the ways that you can actually, especially those that very high D. When I speak this to them, I feel that it will be closer to them. I allow them to open. I allow them to talk because virtual session, we need a lot of people to talk. Can you imagine? Yesterday, last day one until now, I am the only one talking. I tell you, every one of you will fall to sleep already. So we need this interaction. All right, I believe everybody is back. All right. So I would like to share this very important. Right. Let me put it here. Okay. Now you already seen what they call this seen Jan. Okay. He have this. So ladies and gentlemen, this video also share with you. Whatever hope that you don't have, to her 2% is good enough. That means the doctor tell her that 98% is up, only 2%. Usually when we face our challenges, I think we have more than 2%. At least we have 30%, we have 40% of being successful. So it doesn't matter if she will take 2% and her matter is life and death. For us, it's not life and death. If we fail, we can ask ourselves, what can we learn from what we fail? Because of that, it actually gives people hope. It gives people hope. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, with this, you are actually able to inspire as a leader. Regardless of what is your ONARD, as long as you are positive, as long as you are like Jen, that positivity, you can influence people. You see, when Jane stand up in the stage, he doesn't ask you, David, Keith, I want you to follow me. I want to influence you. He doesn't do that. He just go up and sing his song. He just want to be his own. We are automatically being influenced by her. That is the influencing that we are talking about. How would people get you, sway into you? How would people look up at you? That would be the identity of a leader. Number one, obviously, why people follow a leader? People follow a leader because they want to go to a place where they cannot go on their own. They need a leader to be able to take them to a place where they can go, which I share with you on day one. Especially if you are bosses, if you are a manager, you are going to make their corporate ladder, climbing the corporate ladder easier. You are able to bring them higher up, where they cannot do it on their own. With you, with them, they feel safer. Without you, they feel scared because they are alone. This is what I call a leader to these people. And how to become like that, how to become a leader of influence, number one, they must respect you. You must do something that they respect. Once they have respect with you already, definitely you have already built trust. Once they have trust on you, in order to have trust, you need to inspire them. Like, for example, now, let me ask you, if Jane were to come and approach me, are you inspired by her video? Yes, you are inspired. Do you trust her? She have only 2% chance of leaving. Would you trust her if she shares some motivation with you? Even though you have not met her, you look at how she has done, what she has done for herself. Do you respect her? So in respect, you build trust. You build trust so that you can have respect. In order to build trust, before that, you must inspire people. After you inspire people already, people will feel secure. People feel they want to be with you. They want to be under your leadership because people feel secure. Why they feel secure? Because one thing, they trust, they respect, their leader will inspire them because the leader sacrificed themselves for you. The leader does not sacrifice you for them. The leader sacrificed ourselves to them. Still remember the first video? Okay, Satish Dewan, he sacrificed himself by taking over the mic, by answering to all the difficult questions that inspired Dr. Abdul Kalam. Abdul Kalam respect him. That incident, just by pulling off the mic, that incident built the trust, inspired him, and get him secure. And by sacrificing himself through that Satish Dewan sacrificing himself. With that, ladies and gentlemen, together we can talk about accomplishment. I will support you, you will support me. That is the reason why people is being attracted to a leader. All right. So in order to become a leadership of influence, if you want to be a leader to your children, to your friends, to your relatives, remember 3 things. Number 1, you have to keep develop yourself. You have to keep as a leader, you must keep developing. You cannot say, oh, I'm 60 years old already, I don't have to learn. No, we all learn until the day we die. Because why? Everything around us is changing. We look at our grandchildren, if we have one, I don't have lah. If we look at our grandchildren is changing every day. So in order to have the love for our grandchildren, we have to develop, we have to change, we have to be on trend with them. When they are growing from 6 years old to 12 years old, we also change for our grandchildren. When they are already 18 to 20 years old, we want to change, we want to know what are they doing. So that is the principle why leader, we must keep developing. If we do not want to continue to develop ourselves, meaning to say we cannot grow ourselves. If we cannot grow ourselves, we don't have that ability to grow other people. In the first place, we must grow ourselves. Once we grow ourselves, only we have the right to grow other people. So we must keep on developing. Second thing, we must be willing to change. Once you learn something, we must be willing to change. If you are not willing to change, what is the point of learning? After learning, if it is very good, you don't want to follow, cannot. So we must be willing to change. The third one is we must have the desire to grow. I'm very fortunate. I have met a lot of very elderly participants. I have one chef, okay, a very famous chef. He's already 70 years old, and he is still learning from me, and he's so humble. So I was so happy that despite of his age, he is still going to get a diploma. He still want a TTT certificate. To me, I must look up at him. So with these 3, ladies and gentlemen, if we want to reach our potential, want to reach our leadership potential, an identity to be able to influence others, we must have these 3 things. Lastly, I repeat again, keep developing, willingness to change, desire to grow. Whatever outcome, whatever situation, you must have this. Right? Then remember this, especially those of you who are actually having your own business. If you want breakthrough result now, if you're a manager now, obviously, if you want a breakthrough result, okay, then you must know 3 things. People would be able to do, okay, breakthrough when either these 3 happen. The first one is they hurt enough. They already keep on hurting and hurting. They are already rock bottom. They cannot hurt anymore. They bounce back and they become, they are being able to do a breakout activity so that they can leave the organization to another level. The second one is they already learning, learn. Okay, I am now matured. I already have the necessary knowledge. Now I want to practice my skill. I'm going to do it. That is where they actually strive themselves to go through a breakout. The third one here is my boss always support me. I receive until one day I tell myself, oh, I receive enough already. I must change. Right? These are the three ways. But ladies and gentlemen, as a potential leader, as a staff, okay, we must not wait until we hurt enough that we change. We must not wait until we receive enough, because these two things is not good. Do you want to be hurt until you have no choice? If you're waiting for people to give you, to receive you, frank speaking, some people don't have that alternative, don't have that choice. In their life, nobody is giving them. The third thing, yes, you must learn enough. For 8 people, you don't have to learn 10 things to become enough. Sometimes you learn 2 things, 3 things. It is okay to start already. So as a leader, very importantly, we must not fear people. We must not fear people. If your staff, if you need to confront them, you confront them, but you do it in an EQ way. Secondly, never dislike people. Irregardless of who they are, irregardless of their race, irregardless of their religion, irregardless of their country, a leader must not dislike them. When a person dislikes a person from other country, frankly speaking, that already qualify him not to become, he cannot become a leader. I think in Malaysia, I'm very happy that we live in Malaysia. We have multi-races. We must respect one another. All right, we must not dislike any of the different culture or whatsoever. That is second thing. Third thing, we must not condemn about people. Condemn about people means look down on people. We must never look down on people. Whether they are rich or poor doesn't matter. We are all the same. Whether they have education or not doesn't matter. We are all the same. Whether the job position is high or low doesn't matter. It doesn't base on this. So these are 3 things, these three feelings that we must not have. Very, very important. We must not have. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to
before that, David, can I get some suggestions or whatnot?
Can.
Okay. You are putting up one thing is that why do I influence other, right? When we say about influence, is it to me it seems that we are trying to plate our staff, our subordinate, right? I am influencing you, right?
No.
What about if I lead myself? I'm trying to put it in a way that how do I attract my staff to follow me?
Yes. That is a better word. Yes. How do you attract people to like you? How do you attract people to follow you? That is a better word. Encik Rod, that is a better word. That is exactly what I mean. Why do I influence other people is why do I get them to like me? Yes, very good. Okay, now, since we are in this slide again, so heard, learn, receive, I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the follower. The follower don't only look up at the leader, don't only do breakthrough result when you heard enough, you learn enough, or you receive. Okay, always try to actually learn. As long as you have learned something which you feel that you can do it and can help the leaders to do breakout, you must do it. All right. So that is heard, learn, and receive. That is for follower. For fear, dislike, and contempt, if you want to attract people to follow you, like what Rod said very correctly, first thing, you must never fear people. You must be fair. Second thing, you must not dislike people, regardless of the culture. Third thing here is you must not condemn them. You must not look down upon. If you have these 3 feelings, any of these 3 feelings, frankly speaking, you can never attract people to follow you. Right, Rob? Is that clear? Is that on the same page?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
that, I think Rob has...
we have, let's say, like try to influence is more on aggressively. You have
it's not,
right?
It's not.
But to attract, to follow, That is the law of attraction to come with me.
Yes.
Yes, to me lah.
Correct. That is exactly the influence I'm talking about. I'm not talking about I purposely influence you. I actually be nice with you. I say something nice to you so that so I influence you. No, I'm talking about what are the things that you do. What Encik Rod say, it nailed exactly the words. All right. How do you attract other people to you as a follower to you? All right. Thank you, Encik Rod, for clarifying this. Very appreciate that. Right. Then I'd like to move on here. It's very important here is we must be a positive leader of influence. Some people are leadership, if they influence other people, they attract people for their own benefits. Maybe win and lose. They must actually do it for win-win scenario. It's just like leading a team is just like parenting. When we shout at our kids, we want them to be better. We shout at them. You still remember the first video that I shared with emotion? The father shout at the son. The love for the son is so big. But once they shout at the son actually lost the message, miss out the message already. So yes, you love, but instead of shouting at them, help them, help them to be accountable for. Like for example, a lot of parents always nourish their children. Whatever the children want, give them to the maximum. Are you actually loving them the right way? Are you actually feeding them to know how to fish a fish, to catch a fish, or are you catching a fish for them? So as a parent, if we love them, okay, we must be positive leadership to influence them, not to give it to them. So Gordon, this is a guru, one of the leadership guru. He strongly believes, he say that in positive leadership, what it means by positive leadership is number one, sharing optimism. Okay, you must actually give people positive. Why not? Second thing, give them hope. Thirdly, inspire them. It's not like, for example, I give you higher salary. I make you like me, I give you salary. I tell you, it's not about the money. If you give him higher salary by maybe 5,000 a month, he's so happy. But after 3 months, he say, this is what I earn. After another 5 more months, I'm still earning 5,000. So that money would not be able to actually motivate a person forever. So instead of money, so we must be able to share the positiveness. Give them a dream. Share with them positively. Give them a hope. Inspire them with your team. Give inspirations to your team. So these are the 3 things which Gordon said. This is very important, especially when things goes wrong. Especially now, crisis, we must be positive. Whatever situation, yes, people look up at you. Everyone look up at you. When crisis comes, the crisis cannot beat you. If so many 100 people look up at you and suddenly a big crisis that come in, you are suddenly negative. Can you imagine how people look up at you? When you have no hope, all these 100 people have no hope. So in fact, this is a reminder that we must be a positive leader. Very important, we must be a positive leader. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share with you a video now. I would like you to identify the first video. The first video I'm going to share with you here, it would be, okay, a group of people wearing white shirt, another group of people wearing black shirt. The white shirt will be passing a basketball to a white shirt. The black shirt will be passing basketball to a white shirt. I want you to calculate how many passes. One pass to second, white shirt pass to white shirt. How many passes? Black one, I don't want to know. I don't want you to add on the black one. I only want you to count the white one. All right, counting, and then after that, I'll call your name. You let me know how many passes the white one. All right, let me see. Okay, go.
This is a test of selective attention. Count how many times the player
Only
white
the white one, Count the passes,
How many passes did you count?
How many passes?
15.
Who said 15? Who said 15?
Sophia, 15.
Oh, Sophia. Okay. All right. I want to check out with AJ Rock. He's a sportman. I want to see whether can he get it correct or not. AJ Rock. How many passes?
15.
All
15 to
right.
16. 15.
15 or 16? 15 or 16?
15. 15.
Okay, 15. Ben, how about you, Ben?
I got 15 as well.
All right. How come nobody get 14 or 16? Let's see whether is it correct or not.
Hey.
Yes, correct. 15. Okay, very good. So now, since you got it right, I want to ask you, do you see the gorilla? Do you see the gorilla? All right. See, I play.
Yes.
But did you see the gorilla?
Do you see the gorilla?
I see the gorilla.
How many of you don't see the gorilla? Any one of you don't see the gorilla?
I don't see the gorilla.
Marilyn don't see gorilla. Okay, Looney don't see the gorilla. You see, the gorilla is so obvious, you see? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, okay, what am I trying to say here is, sometimes we work as a team, we are so engrossed with the goal. Looking all the goal, looking about, we forgot about very meaningful thing, what is happening around us. That what is happening around us, that is people's feeling, people's conflict, people not looking up at the way how we discuss. Customer requirement, we actually don't look up at it. Small thing is very important, all right? So we have to learn this is perception. So we must see, when we lead our team, we must see around our surrounding, everything is there. I'm going to share with you another video. Since you cannot see the gorilla, and I want you to see whether can you find the candy. Can you find the candy, all right? So hold on, now. Okay, now I want you to see, this is the candy. Whether can you find the candy? Sophia, Rod, take note because I'm going to ask you.
To pay attention and follow along and try to guess which cup the Hershey's Kiss is under at the end.
Which cup? Rob, which cup?
That's a challenge one because it seems that something happened with the video.
What is that happening?
Yeah, it's like
It paused for a while.
Yes.
It's lagging.
I lost the pen.
It's lagging.
I'll try.
You try. Give a try.
Right, I'll take the center one.
Center one. I think that's not very correct. Okay, Sophia.
Left. The left, I think.
Left, maybe. Rachel, what do you think?
I said that I lost the candy because the video jammed.
Yeah, there's a jump
That's a spirit. Just give a chance.
Try?
Just try it.
The right one.
The third one.
The right one,
Yeah.
Definitely three of you, there's only one correct one. One says center, one says left, one says right. I think answer Rob is called Cory Okay, listen.
Yeah, it's okay.
Try to guess if it's in the left cup, the middle cup, or the right cup.
The right cup.
Must be the right cup.
Yeah! It's correct. It's correct. So now I'm going to move up the tempo. I'm going to make it more difficult now. More difficult now. So whether your video is lagging or not, God bless you. Alright? I'm going to move up the tempo.
So now,
there's so many cups to distract you now. There's a blue cup, there's a yellow cup.
But that's only to distract you from the pink cups. The pink cups will always have, one of the pink cups will always have the Hershey Kiss underneath. So let's get started.
Okay, started. Okay, confusing. Confusing. Okay. All right. I said Rod, center,
Yeah.
right, or
I
left?
know the answer.
I am trying on the left of the screen, on the left side.
Left side, Okay, left side. Okay, Sophia.
Center, I think.
Center. I will have some different. Okay, now what? Rachel.
It lag again.
I like again. Doesn't matter. This is sorry, this is usually the excuse lah. This is usually excuse. Don't worry, just guess. Left, center, right.
Huh?
Left, center, right. We are waiting for you,
Left.
Rachel. Left, Left or right?
You waiting for me?
Yes, I'm waiting for you, Rachel.
Left.
Left, Okay, Sophia, you were saying left or right?
Center, I guess.
Rod, you are saying left or right?
Left.
Left, okay, right. 2 left and 1 center. Okay, have a
You
look.
guess where the Hershey Kiss is.
Yeah. Oh, Rod, you are so good, Okay, now you may have guessed it correctly. Okay, but listen, I look at this, Okay, hold on, Okay, do you see the duck?
Yes, I
How
did.
many of Rachel, do you see the duck?
Yes, I did.
Rachel is not looking at the candy. Rachel is actually looking at the duck. Okay, Sophia, do you see the duck?
No, not this time.
You don't. How about Rod? Do you see the duck?
No, I don't see the duck.
Oh, okay. That is why now Rachel becomes the champion. All right. Let's. Rachel is the duck. All right. Very good. Okay, now let's see. Watch the video again. See, the duck. See.
Yes.
Was there for quite a while.
Yeah.
The duck. Okay, if you see the duck, do you see the 5th hand?
Oh, that I saw. There was an extra.
Do you see the hand? Jason, do you see the hand?
No, I see different color only.
Different color, yes. The different color is there. You start off with the green cup, beginning with the green cup, all right.
Right.
Okay, you start with the green cup, and then end up you start with the blue cup.
Yeah.
Then you end up with the green cup. Jason, is that what you see?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, the blue cup is going in. Yeah,
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. This is actually to share with you. You see, we are all watching at the same video. We are so engrossed with the video. But why are some of us are not able to see the duck? Some people do not see the hand. Despite that, we use the gorilla as a assessment. Okay, and we still cannot see that. So there are a few reasons. Number one here is we are so engrossed. We are so engrossed to what they call this, what we want to see. That is the goal. Are we able to achieve this goal? Are we able to achieve this goal? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a manager, if you are leading a team, if you are a business owner, even more important, remember, when you get all your team to go what you want, that is your goal. You want them to change their behavior. You want them to change their skill to achieve that. Don't miss out what is happening. What is happening, maybe some of them may not be able to reach what you want, but they may be able to reach higher, they may be able to reach even higher than what you want. You miss out that one. Second thing here is team player. He may not be a team player, but if you adjust, if you put him into a right team, or sometimes you give him a little space, he can be better. No, he can be actually give you more idea than teamwork. So as a leader, managers, owner, once you get all this team together, you must stand outside. You must stand outside and now look at it now. Where is the duck? Is there any cup changing? Is there any fifth hand? Is there any gorilla? That is the secret to success, because they cannot see themselves, because that is emotional blind spot. Emotional blind spot is very, very good. Especially like, for example, athletes. Athletes start off with a lot of emotional blind spot. They don't know their own capability. They do not know their own talent. They rely on the coaches to help them to identify this. But some of the coaches are so engrossed with the medal, so engrossed with the